Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew here, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite weapons from D1 making a return. Today we have the Outbreak Prime, now returning in Destiny 2 as Outbreak Perfected. This is the Siva-themed pulse rifle that originally released through a crazy puzzle back in Rise of Iron, Year 3 of Destiny 1. This exotic pulse fires at 450 RPM, which matches the lightweight archetype of legendary pulses. It deals 25 critical damage and 16 body damage, giving it a 0.87 optimal time to kill in roughly 3 bursts and a 1.33 second base TTK, taking roughly 4 bursts. In terms of range, this weapon has incredibly good range. It goes 45 meters before seeing any sort of damage drop off, and I noticed that it has very high bullet magnetism, so a lot of the time, as long as you're on the target with the diamond reticle or even near it, you'll probably land headshots or at least body shots. In terms of stability and recoil, although there was some variation from its recoil pattern from one burst to another, the stability was phenomenal. It feels like a laser beam, it's easy to stay on target, so despite the little bit of variation in terms of the direction of each burst, the bullets are packed together enough and the stability is high enough that it still feels plenty consistent. We have a few main perks on this weapon. As our main intrinsic perk, we have the Corruption Spreads. This weapon creates Siva nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kills. Another exotic trait that we have is Parasitism. The weapon does more damage to enemies based on the Siva nanites that attach to them. Finally, as a bonus perk, we have Outlaw. Precision kills greatly decrease reload time. So let's talk about the Siva nanites and Siva Swarm. How does this work? There are 2 ways of activating the Siva Swarm or nanites, and that's by getting rapid hits on a target or precision kills. Firstly, with rapid hits, it takes 4 shots to activate, and this actually kills any resilience in 4 bursts. Normally, for any targets above 4 resilience, you wouldn't be able to get a 4 burst kill against them with this archetype of pulse rifle. However, Outbreak Perfected is able to do this because it'll take 4 shots to activate its Siva nanites, and then have a delayed kill with the Siva nanites tracking and finishing the kill against higher resilience guardians. As I mentioned, the second way of activating the Siva Swarm is through getting precision kill. So when you do get a precision kill, there will be a Siva nanite swarm released in an AoE style effect that locks on and attaches to enemies similarly to a swarm grenade. Should the Siva nanites track and make contact with the target will be debuffed with a Siva infection debuff based on the amount of nanites that make contact with them. Each nanite seems to do roughly 10 damage per hit, and this actually buffs the damage up to 44 critical damage and 25 body shot damage. This seemed to be the maximum damage output I could get from stacking the debuffs. This is 1.76 times critical damage and 1.56 times body damage. I should mention that's the highest damage I can get based on 2 targets alone, meaning killing one, letting the nanites attach to another one. The Masterwork Catalyst apparently allows the weapon to get a higher damage buff or debuff the enemy further and release more nanites based on killing someone with nanites already attached to them, so these numbers might change in the future, but we don't have those yet. The debuff seems to last for approximately 5 or 6 seconds, and the nanite swarm AoE effect after getting a precision kill seems to last for just a few seconds, looks like 2, maybe 3 seconds. This debuff, since it debuffs a single target and doesn't buff the weapon, actually applies to anyone on your team using Outbreak Perfected, which is pretty neat. I also found from shooting at range that the nanites don't activate on shots landed purely, but actual total damage in a short period of time. Against supers, this was actually not as good as I anticipated it being. It deals 10 crit damage and 6 body damage against supers like Arcstrider, which gets buffed to 12 crit and 8 body with the nanites after 4 rapid shots are landed, but it seemed like it didn't really significantly make a difference, unfortunately. Anyways, that's all I've got to say about Outbreak Perfected. I really like this weapon. I think it feels great to use and it looks phenomenal. If you'd like to see more content like this, you can check me out on Twitch. I stream pretty much every day. Link in the description, twitch.tv/drewskis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.